Yes, this is Mr. Controversy, and this is the infamous three-point conversion station. Keep it locked.
Yes. We are back inside the three-point conversion sports lounge. And I'm your host, Mr. Controversy. Did you miss me? Another beautiful Saturday morning on the inside in Atlanta, Georgia. Because it is raining. But ugly outside, but hey, still a beautiful day. We are live. It's time to talk sports. Have some fun today. The weekend before Christmas. Y'all celebrate Christmas. Kwanzaa. Doing like they do us. And everything else. But, hey man, it's time to have some fun today. And of course y'all know I'm not doing this show by myself. Got the man in charge, the one that runs the show. Everything wouldn't be done if he wasn't here. My man G. What up, G?
Yo.
Thought we was gonna get a Christmas yo or something.
Yo.
Oh, and then I got my road dog, my partner in crime, D Intellectual. What up, D?
What up?
How's it going, man?
Man, it's good. Can't complain, man. It's, Saturday before whole day. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. Feel great because we in the A. Some places it's real cold, got snow. That's the only problem down here. It never really feel like Christmas.
Right.
It's rainy too, man. It's rainy.
Yeah, it's a rainy day. But hey, like I said, it's a good day, man. It's a great day because it's full of holiday cheer. You know what I'm saying? For instance, we're going to talk about James Wiseman. It might be a blessing that he's going into the NBA. I mean, that he's saying he's going to forgo his college career and just go ahead and play, get ready for the NBA. But more so talk about, is this going to be a trend that we continue to see going down the line with players skipping college to go to the pros? Also, sticking with college football, we saw the Heisman Trophy, and Burrows won the Heisman Trophy. But the finalists, who would be the best NFL pro after they get drafted? Now, again, we know that Justin Fields is going to stay. He has to stay. But Chase Young's it's a possibility he comes out. Jalen's coming out, and Joe Burrow's coming out. Who would be the best player in the NFL out of those three men? Then we're giving our Christmas gifts, y'all. We're going to be very nice. We're going to give our gifts, whether they were naughty or nice. We're going to give our gifts to these athletes, coaches, teams, so on. We're just going to be nice, man. This is how we do here on the Three-Point Conversion Sports Lounge. Ain't that right?
Yes, sir.
That's what we do.
Yes, sir.
Y'all want to stay tuned for that. And then going to the NFL, you have 4 NFL teams, or should I say 4 NFC teams that are 11-3. The Green Bay Packers, San Francisco 49ers, Seattle Seahawks, and the New Orleans Saints. Which team do we trust the most? Who will make it the furthest? And which team that we trust less, that we least trust? Then NBA, is Trae Young a top 10 player in the NBA today? Also, has Giannis taken that next step? And are the Milwaukee Bucks the best team in the NBA? Then we have Dr. Fowler coming in, talking about injuries. So look, great show, lot of gifts, a lot of analysis. Going to have some fun. So make sure you let your family and friends know they can listen to the show live locally in Atlanta on 1100 AM, WWWE The Real. Also, they can watch the show live on Facebook, on the 3-Point Conversion Facebook page. What up? You see D, you see myself. Also, you can go to iHeartRadio. We're on live, Radio Now, TuneIn Radio. And hey man, it's time to get to these quick hits. Let's get it. All right, so, oh man, first off, I want to give a shout out to our sponsors. Sorry, Cindy Cut's Barbershop, Ortho Atlanta, and then we thank everybody just for listening, period. Okay, so here we go. Member of the legendary New Orleans Saints. I think I have the wrong one, G. I got the wrong one, G. My bad. Here we go.
I know I sent you the new one.
I don't have it, bro.
Definitely.
Didn't I just say G is here?
Definitely.
Here we go. The NCAA Committee on Infractions. Listen to this, y'all. Announced a decision on a case involving the University of Houston and academic misconduct. You know the tutor. It was the tutor that wrote, 4 papers for 2 football students and in exchange for money over a month and a half in 2018. Well, Houston will vacate 3 wins because of one of the players played while ineligible. The tutor collected $200 for writing the papers and was hit with an 8-year show cause.
Okay, so people don't know what a show cause is. A show cause is basically a penalty like if a school is going to hire that person, that school has to show why that person is really in good standing because they just committed this infraction.
For $200. Huh?
But for $200, that's what I'm saying. For $200,
for the next 8 years.
Wow, that's crazy.
A college athletic department cannot hire that person as a tutor unless they can prove to the NCAA
what
that
they're doing over the next 8 years.
Yeah,
that's crazy. First, I want to know who be tricking, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, who's the trick? Who's the trick nowadays? Like, some of this stuff, how some of this stuff be getting out?
But look, don't you think the players looking like, well.
Definitely.
I got my A. Right. It was $200 though.
I mean, he can go tutor high school students. I mean, they don't.
Or not be a tutor.
No, that's
like
probably what they want
else.
to do. They probably want to be a teacher or something.
Oh, yeah, so he's going to have to do something. Look, he can't be a teacher for anything in the NCAA.
Right, not for the athletic department.
So he can go just be a teacher.
Yeah.
Just go be a teacher. I mean, you could do it, though. I mean, you can actually go do it just for the next 8 years. Do what you're supposed to do, really, right? It's just do what you're supposed to do for the next 8 years. Don't, try to do anything.
But do you think that's too much for $200?
It definitely is too much for $200. But the NCAA are one of those, don't do anything. If you do, we're going to get you and you're going to deal with it for a long period of time. But it's also an unhireable type of thing, right? Like a place will be like, dude, I'm not going to hire you and we got to do this for the next 8 years.
Right. I don't know, man. That's just
NCAA.
They bugging. Moving on. So Apple is in talks to have broadcast rights to Pac-12 sports on the recently launched Apple TV Plus service. Pac-12 Commissioner Larry Scott values the media rights package at $5 billion. Wow.
It's a lot of zeros. I mean, Pac-12, have they been the last few years?
So let me ask y'all, all y'all Apple users, how do y'all feel about that? Y'all happy with that or what?
I haven't even turned on Apple TV Plus yet. Like, there are some shows, but I haven't even went into it yet, and I got it free for a year.
I feel like they have to do something quick because did Amazon Prime have the Thursday night games, Thursday night NFL games, and
so they just want to.
They feel like we got to have something exclusive.
Some sports, right? We got to get into it. I mean, it may work.
Well, I mean, hey, it just seems weird saying that it's knowing the fact that it's Apple. You know what I'm saying? So, whatever, we'll see. Moving on, Heisman winner trophy. Joe Burrow, or the winner of the trophy, Joe Burrow will have the high school stadium named after him. His own high school, this high school that he went to. Athens High School in Athens, Ohio. Burrow was named Mr. Football in Ohio and the Ohio Gatorade Player of the Year before starting his career at Ohio State. It's big.
That's way too early.
Gee, you think that's what I was? Yeah, I'm with you.
He has definitely. Like, I mean, he had a great year.
He had a great year.
I mean, you're gonna see it as. I mean, I don't know how soon like other places do it. Like if you go to Sealy, Texas, you're gonna see home of Eric Dickerson. You know, if you go to Akron, Ohio, I don't think the St. Vincent St. Mary gym is named after LeBron James, but I wouldn't be surprised if they thought about it immediately after he went to the
Wasn't
NBA.
the place that Bronny just won the MVP? Didn't they name that after him, or either the tournament after him, or something like that?
I don't know if anything was named after LeBron as far as that
maybe
goes.
the
I know they
MVP
played it
is-
where Ohio State basketball plays.
Okay, so it wasn't. Maybe the tournament or the MVP is something I think was named after him. But I think that's a little early. But I guess, like, I don't know, I guess. If, like you said, if it's some little small town and, you know, like you said, Sealy, Texas.
That's too early, bro. Like, he just won. Like, dang, dog.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand it's great. That's a great achievement.
I guess where's Athens at? You know where Athens, Ohio is?
He's in Athens, Ohio.
I guess that's why.
But, I mean, I don't know. I just don't think it don't make sense to me. Whatever. Moving on. The NBA is considering an in-season tournament involving all the teams in which the players on the winning team gets $1 million each. Also, for 2021-22 season, the league has proposed a 78-game regular season and reseeding the conference finals based on regular season record. Remember, we talked about this earlier in the year. Right. So I guess they're with it. But do you agree? Like, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I'm all for the league proposed a 78-game regular season. All for that, right? Because, I mean, who plays 82 now, right? Like,
right.
Nobody plays 82. I think we can agree that 4 games may really help, especially on back-to-backs. The Lakers are in the midst of 9 games in a row on the road. So I mean, like, I can kind of get with that. That in-season tournament, and hold on, I can also agree with the reseeding. You know, because right now I was just looking. I think the 8th seed is Charlotte in the East, and they're like 5 games behind the 7th seed, and they're like 4 games under 500.
Right.
Do you want to see that team go to the playoffs and play the Milwaukee Bucks? Not really. You know what I mean? So I can agree with the reseeding. However, in-season tournament, now it's great for some players to get the $1 million, but do you think LeBron James cares about getting $1 million and have them play a 8-game in-season tournament?
No.
Nah.
Because, I mean, what do you get? $1 million? Do you get to say I won the championship? No, I won the in-season tournament and got $1 million for another 8 to 10 games. Yeah, I'll pass.
No, I'm with you, man.
And what if they opt out? Like, what if I'm not playing? I'm opting out of the in-season tournament.
Well, I mean, if they can get out of that within their contract, sure.
Right. Like, now that's going to be in the contract, right? Like with Kawhi, right? It was load management was part of his, deal. So I'm not playing in the in-season tournament. So then what does that do for even having the in-season tournament?
Yeah,
I don't know. That's a lot.
It don't make sense. Right. I'm with you. I don't agree with it. NBA doing too much. Just calm and relax, y'all.
They trying to get every piece of the bag that they can get.
Jesus.
And they trying to make that global, you know what I'm saying? Like, they want the fans to get everything that they can get. I think I told you before about when they were talking about resting, and Mark Jackson kind of made me a little mad about it because Jeff Van Gundy was like, you shouldn't rest because of the fans. And Mark Jackson kind of chimed in saying, yeah, the fans. I agree, right? Like, the fans do deserve what they want. But why are the fans more important than the players and the players' health? Like, I don't agree with that part of it.
Right. No, because the 78, there's 4 games. I mean, that could be a difference because it could change maybe some of the back-to-backs, but...
Or for Kawhi, right? Like, what if he plays in all games and then when you get to the playoffs, he can't play because now he's hurting? Or, you know what I mean? Like, he might need some of those 8 games off, but you made him play because the fans was going to be there and they wanted to see the Clippers versus the Lakers. But I think he should always play in those type of games. But
moving on, speaking of NBA greats, Kobe Bryant, Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, and Chris Bosh highlight the Basketball Hall of Fame final These are finals nominees, right? They're the finals, right?
More like semifinalists.
Semifinals, okay. So we all know they're going to get in. Well, Chris Bosh, you think he gets in?
I think he gets in, but I wouldn't say first ballot, but he probably will make first ballot. I don't think he's first ballot.
Did Chris Webber get in yet?
Yeah.
No,
he didn't?
My point.
He still haven't?
Yep.
Oh, no.
So
Chris
that's
Bosh
what I'm
did.
saying.
But you know what? The separation is going to be the two championships.
And the gold medal.
Because Chris Webber went to one, and it was like that horrible one, right?
No, he
never went on the Olympics.
He never went.
I think those two championships and that gold medal is going to be huge.
And last but not
He's
least,
not better than Webber, though.
Hand gestures flashed by the West Point cadets and Naval Academy midshipmen during the televised Army-Navy football game were not racist signals. This is what they're saying. Military investigations have concluded. This is what they've concluded, right? A Navy probe of the event found that the students were participating in a sophomoric game on Saturday and had no racist intent. So, G, do you have that ready? Because I don't agree with that. That is some BS, and it deserves.
Stop it.
Yes.
Yeah, I completely agree. They say it's called the circle game or something.
Right.
No, I think that was exactly what everyone thinks it was. Also,
I've played the circle game, and like that. Yeah, I have seen that symbol,
right?
But for what it has become,
you don't do it.
It's hard to believe that. Oh, it's just a circle game.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, and to your point, you don't do it, right? Like, there's a lot of things that we talk about, like pro players do it, and we're like, in this climate and what's going on, you don't do it, right?
Right.
That's one of the things you don't do it, and I think the Navy or the Army or the military branches should have went further in what they've done. Even if you think it is this sophomore game, you're still going to be penalized for doing it and whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Like,
that's bogus.
yeah. But, I mean, we know what it is.
We know what it is. It's 2019.
Yeah.
It's sad.
Yes, sir.
It's supposed to be 1960 but I say 2019 and we understand it. So, anywho, that concludes our quick hits. We're going to take a quick break. Please don't go anywhere. We're about to have a discussion. We want you to call in and chime in. 404-603-8770. We'll put that number up again. All right, we'll be right back. Don't go nowhere.
Good morning. This is Greg Hurd with your sports news break. The Atlanta Falcons will visit the Jacksonville Jaguars for Week 16. Make that the Jacksonville Jaguars will visit the Atlanta Falcons for Week 16 in Atlanta's home finale, and the Falcons hope to extend their win streak to 3 games. The Bills will visit the Patriots, and if the Bills get a win, they'll have the inside track to win the AFC East. The Pats did win the previous matchup 16-10 in Week 5. The Giants will visit Washington this week, and you'll see a pair of rookie QBs as Daniel Jones will go against Dwayne Haskins, and it'll be Washington's home finale for the season. In basketball, Georgia Tech will play Boise State in the Hawaiian Airlines Diamond Head Classic in Honolulu. Georgia Tech currently sits at 4-5 and have lost 3 straight. And Georgia State will host Texas State today at 1 p.m. at Georgia State Sports Arena. Georgia State has won 6 in a row. So please keep following us at the 3 Point Conversion and 3pointconversion.com for all of your major sports news and updates. It's where fans' opinions matter.
Hey folks, Handsome Josh is here to reveal some big news to all the AM 1100 listeners.
I have an app.
That's right, you can now check out all your favorite programs right here on The Real with the Real 1100 app. Whether it's sports, entertainment, or lifestyle, the Real 1100 definitely has you covered.
So why don't you just tell me how much it's going to cost me?
And here's the best part. It's available in your Google Play or Apple App Store, and it's free to download.
Actually, you can count me in on this one.
So download the Real 1100 app today and stay in tune with The Real.
What's up? This is Gilbert Arenas, Agent Zero of the Enemies, rocking with the 3 Point Conversion Radio. Y'all tune in. Holla at your boy.
Get ready From the oven to your ears, it's now time for the Hot Topic.
All right, we are back inside the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge. And this next segment, the Hot Topic, is brought to you by Cindy Cuts Barbershop, located on Chapel Hill, 3000 Chapel Hill, Suite 206, Douglasville, Georgia. Check them out. Great barbershop. All of them can cut. All of them have particular skills that they're good at. They can cut, but they're just somebody can line great. This dude can fade. They tight like that. Good men. All about the community, the unity, the children, and make sure once you get in, look out for Dwayne Chambers. He's the barber all the way down on the left. Once you come in, the last barber on the left, and you can follow him on Instagram at Simha the Barber. That's SIMHATHEBARBER. Shout out to my man DJ. What up, DJ? The unsung hero, DJ. It's my guy, man. Hey, man, keep them beards looking fresh, bro. Make sure your beard is fresh too. All right, so yo, James Wiseman, the Memphis, what do we call him? The pre-great. I mean, he's been deemed that person this year as the greatest basketball player that's ever coming out. You know how the college basketball do. But I mean, he's nice though. I'm not really getting on him, but more so on just media and the NCAA. But now, he was suspended. They said, you know what, he can play. Then he was suspended again. I think he suspended. Remember, Anthony Hardaway helped carry his mama's purse and moved it to the car, so he got suspended for that. But either or, James Wiseman. So now that he's suspended again, he's decided, you know what? It's a wrap. I'm out. Peace out. And now he's saying he's getting ready for the NBA and NBA draft. First of all, do you blame him? Are you with him? Do you say he should? Because he was slated to come back and think, what was it?
It was like he
January?
got he got like 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks. So he had a great, he would have had a great stretch to be able to.
Do you agree, disagree?
It's kind of so I think it's crazy, right? So I think I agree with him partly. And what I mean by it is once you got like 12 games, it's like, dude, whatever. If you were going to do that, just do that from the beginning. I mean, once you became ineligible, don't go through the whole process, right? I guess because, you knew something was going to happen. Like the NCAA was going to hit you. You got off light with the 12. If you got the 12, you could have went on and just played. I don't like how he went about it because I don't think that, Penny knew about it. Like they kind of asked him after a game and he was like, yeah, we expect him to come back January 12th, whatever. And then they weren't able to hear from Wiseman. Mm-hmm. And, he had started said he was setting up interviews for agents. And
well, wasn't part of it is that he was expected to pay that money or donate that money to charity before he could play?
I don't know if it was before he can play, but I know that was part of the suspension. I definitely know it was like the $12,000 or something had to go to a charity. I don't know if it was like before he can play, but I know that he did have to pay it. If that was the case, if it was before he can play, then yeah, I'm good. Like, I ain't even have money to bring my mama here. Where do you think I'm getting 12 racks from? Right. And if Penny gives it to me, y'all gonna suspend me for the rest of the season. So yeah, I'm out. If that was the case, then definite. And I mean, I can't blame him all the way, but I know he wanted to be a part of it, but like if it was just the 12 games, which I can see them possibly saying like before you can play, but I can also see them saying, yeah, the kid doesn't really have the money, so I guess we can kind of work with him to get it done. But I think another thing that goes into it is that he was going to stop playing basketball after the tournament anyway, right? And he wasn't going to go to school anymore. Anyway, right?
But that's all they did.
Right. So what I'm saying is he was gonna go to school. He's like, dude, I don't really need this, and he's already been told, dude, you probably not gonna fall beyond the second pick. Mm-hmm. So you know what I mean? But I think that Memphis team had something special this year.
Right.
Like they really said that they had something. Without him, they're killing people.
Right. So I agree with it. I put it like this, man. I'm always a firm believer. First of all, I like college basketball. I think players should go to play at least 3 years in college. Just to get to that point where they know what they're doing. I mean, they're sharpening their craft, learning basketball, because some of the basketball in the NBA is horrific. But at the same time, I do agree if you are qualified, which he's qualified to go to the NBA, this is how the NBA is, then you should go to the NBA. Don't risk getting hurt, especially when you're dealing with all this. If you don't agree with what's going on anyway with how they treating this situation, go ahead and, you know what I'm saying?
I kind of feel you on the 3 years just because of being ready and things like that. But for me, it's one of them things where, like, if you can get drafted to go to the military, or if you can do this or do that, you're considered, an adult. You should be able to make that decision whether or not you want to go straight to the NBA, whatever. Now, and I think, like, because of the players that came didn't develop, I think that's more so on the organization, more so on scouts, more so on how you build the players up.
Right.
Like some organizations, you see a player like Jermaine O'Neal, right? He went to the Blazers. They didn't develop him right?
Right.
Then he went to Indiana, and what happened? He became a consistent perennial all-star, right? You know what I mean? So it becomes the team. Like, how many players went to Phoenix and didn't do good? Then as soon as they left Phoenix, they slowly became better players. You know what I mean? So I think it doesn't just fall on the players. It falls on the organization. Like, who told, we talked about it earlier, who told Jordan to pick Kwame Brown?
Right.
Like Jordan did.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's on him.
No, I agree. So if that's the case, then do you think we will see this as a trend?
Yes.
Do you think? Because because let's go back. Because we saw what's my man from Milwaukee? God, I can't think of his name. The point guard. The point guard that went overseas.
Brandon Jennings.
He did it. Mm-hmm. Kind of worked out. He never became awesome, but
I think it worked out for him because he scored 50, right? He eventually got hurt. He tore his ACL. Then he started.
But not even that. The fact that he got into the NBA.
Yeah, right.
There are pros and cons both ways. If you go to college, you get the exposure, the notoriety, but not the money.
Right.
Well, not legit money.
Right. And it catches up with you and make you a bad person in the future, right?
And then, the narrative is supposed to make you look bad. And then if you go overseas, one, you're not guaranteed to get playing time because, and then there's the language barrier because, like, what if, like, where did Brandon Jennings go? He went to Italy or something?
Right.
Yeah.
Does he speak Italian? Probably not.
Not at all.
So how's he going to communicate with the coach? And then if he can't do that, he can't get on the court, then that may make him look like a bad person. Because when he was there, he only averaged like 2 points a game.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, again, look at LaMelo Ball. The two top prospects, I know it's still early, but the two top prospects is coming out, or everybody's saying a Wiseman.
And R.J. Hampton, he's overseas too, so that's
R.J.
good.
Hampton.
You know what I mean?
And LaMelo.
Where did Anthony Simmons go? Didn't he not go to college last year? Didn't he go somewhere? The dude that plays for Portland now.
I don't know, but I'm just saying as far as this year. I'm just saying this year, though. Those three guys.
Oh, he went to IMG.
They didn't go to college, or they're not in college right now.
Right.
But they're projected to be the top 3 players coming out. So my point is, if that's the case, don't you see a trend if they do become 1, 2, and 3?
I think it puts pressure on not only the NCAA but also the NBA, right? Like to make a decision. You know what I mean? Like you can go straight pro, or you can do this, or you can do that. Because even Baisley went and played worked for New Balance for a year and made $1 million bucks.
Right.
You know what I mean?
They're going to be, I think, it might not set the trend of players just going overseas, but it will set the trend of players looking for other ways to get ready during that year to where they can't go to the NBA. I mean, they could still go to the G League, but I don't know if players think that the G League is beneath them, but you are still playing professional basketball. Rather go overseas, I guess, to see the world and travel or something like that, or maybe that's the appeal. But they're going to be players looking for other options. Like, okay, I want to look at something other than just college basketball.
Right.
So if it's playing overseas, playing the G League, being an intern for a shoe company, or just signing with an agent and, they'll put you up in an apartment and you just train every day. Players are going to be looking for ways to deal with that year if the talent is there and they see that opportunity.
And even for some, for like Wiseman, right? It could even be like, I don't want to get injured, right? Like he could not want to play in these 20 games or so because I don't want to get injured. So I don't even want to go overseas. I'm just going to go to the IMG Academy or go here and just work out to make sure that when it is that time, I'm going to be ready.
Right. Yeah, man. I mean, that's all I'm saying. I just think that we're about to see a trend. I think that's what we always, because remember it started, think about with Kevin Garnett when he was he started that trend coming out and he was successful. Then after he came out, then we started to see he came out 95, 96.
The situations are, and you gotta, the player situations are going to be different. Like with Kevin Garnett, he was going to go to Michigan, but then he was worried that he may not qualify academically. He had to take the ACT. He eventually passed, but he wasn't going to know until like after the deadline passed to enter the draft.
Right. But I'm saying, regardless of what it is, just the simple fact that when he did it, the next thing you know, 2 years later, then you saw Tracy McGrady and Kobe come out.
You saw Kobe the very next year.
It was Tracy McGrady and Kobe. They came out.
McGrady was the year after.
You sure? I thought McGrady came.
No, Jermaine O'Neal was the year after.
Yeah, Jermaine O'Neal. Then it was Kobe.
Yeah. Kobe and McGrady was right
came
after that.
Then you saw an influx of players coming out. So, but even though they didn't know why Kevin came out, but they saw that he was successful. They saw that Jermaine O'Neal came out, and he was on the team. Garnett was an all-star second year. After that, all these people that was garbage that shouldn't have came out. But
I think
people
just saw it as an option, like, well, I don't really want to go to school.
But that's my point.
But instead of like considering, the actual situation, some players are like, well, let me just get this money now, and I don't really care about school, so let me just do this now because the opportunity was there.
Another thing is though, a lot of schools are stopping the ACT and SAT. Like some of the schools in Illinois are currently like you don't have to take. They're not using the SAT and the ACT as a requirement to get into school and things like that. So that's going to play a part too.
Right. So, I mean, like I said, we'll see. I think it's very interesting to find out what happens, what people think. Like I said, I want everybody to play 3 years in college, but I want them to play 3 years so they can get better. But if the NBA allows you, you're qualified, which some of these players are, you need to come out and make that money. So, all right, we're going to take a quick break. We will be right back. Talk about some more kids getting money.
Let's get it.
Keep it alive.
Attention, radio station listener. This might make you say, oh my God. Get this station in 1,500 live stations, plus a custom station you can create all in one. Right now. Download the free app now at iHeartRadio.com. Oh my God.
Have you been looking for a radio station that gives you sports?
I don't believe it! It's a touchdown!
Entertainment?
Are you not entertained?
And other special interest talk shows?
Well, isn't that special?
All on one app?
Yo, that's dope. What app is that?
It's the Real 1100 AM app for WWE. Grab it for free in your Google Play or Apple App Store today.
This is Steve Atwater with the Denver Broncos, and you're listening to the 3-Point Conversion.
The 3-point conversion. The 3-point conversion. The 3-point conversion.
All right, we are back inside the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge. So, last week, we got to see Joe Burrow take the Heisman Trophy. And the finalist was Joe Burrow, of course. We know about Justin Fields out of Ohio State, Jalen Hurts, Oklahoma, and Chase Young, Ohio State. Justin Fields, we know he's staying. All of the players played exceptional. That's why they were finalists. But who do you think will have the best NFL career out of the three?
For me, I'm gonna go with Chase Young. Reason being because he's a freak on that, on the defensive end, on the defensive side of the ball, and also like it's defense. It's kind of easy to pick up, and I think he's going to start faster as opposed to the quarterbacks. The quarterbacks, they still got to learn. They still got to get there. Not saying Joe can't do it or Jalen can't do it. I think that their career will start to blossom, but I think he's going to start quick and it's going to just continue just what we've seen from the defensive players, especially coming from Ohio State, and he's just a physical freak, and he has that it, right, like that he wants to be great. Not to say the others don't, but that's just how I feel about it.
G, who do you?
What's the question again?
So I think that, man, I was asking what player is going to be is going to come out and have the greatest career. Best career out of them. Not greatest, but best. Hopefully all of them are great. Mm. So we'll say greatest because we want all of them to be great. But
better career of the three.
Who's going to have the better career of the three?
I think Chase Young has the opportunity to have the best career of those three because I think a pass rusher coming into the NFL, you can never have too many. And it's kind of an easier transition. Maybe you learn new techniques. Maybe your responsibilities are different, but your overall goal doesn't actually change as far as what your role is on a defense as a pass rusher. I think with quarterbacks, it's a little different. There is going to be that learning curve. Say like a rookie quarterback, it's like learning a new language, learning whatever offense it is because terminology change, your coaches are different. Joe Burrow may have an easier time working with a new coach. He's going to have, this is the quarterback that I'm going to be working with. The relationship may be easier to establish. With Jalen Hurts, I don't know where he's going to be drafted. He could be 5th round and be a career backup. Someone may take a chance on him in the 1st round. I really don't know. But it looks like Chase Young, he won't be past the number 2 pick. He could be the number 1 pick, but I think the Bengals, they need to get a quarterback. They're moving on from Andy Dalton, so draft Joe Burrow, and they'll be happy with that.
See, I think about it the opposite way because I think what Lamar Jackson has done, Lamar Jackson has made it to where Jalen Hurts is going to be. I think Jalen Hurts is going to be a 1st-round pick. A team's going to get Jalen Hurts because now you have this guy. I mean, first of all, we all know that the NFL is the copycat league. You have this guy, and some people still think that Lamar Jackson cannot throw as well, which he can, but his running ability and the fact that he can throw, he's still throwing. He's leading the league in touchdown passes. You bring in a guy like Jalen Hurts, who can run, who is bigger, probably has a better chance of not getting injured because of his frame, size of his frame. And now he's showing that he can throw the ball. If it's a copycat league, especially if Baltimore get to the Super Bowl or win it, why wouldn't you go for another guy that can be the same person, or be that same type? That's how NFL is. So I see all three going the first round. Chase Young, like you said, he doesn't have to learn as much. But the thing is, we see a lot of DNs that's supposed to be beasts not do anything. But those Ohio State Buckeyes, when they come out, the DNs,
history has shown that
they're the truth.
They do what they supposed to do. They do what they supposed to do. He got that motor. He got
right.
You know what
he
I mean?
has everything. Right. But with Joe Burrow, the problem is he's going to Cincinnati, and Cincinnati has been. They talk about the Bears quarterback killer. Cincinnati, how many quarterbacks have they drafted?
Since what, Boomer?
Yeah.
Klingler, Achilles Smith.
Right.
Ooh. Almost forgot about that.
The only one was nice was Jeff Blake. Jeff Blake was nice, though.
But they didn't draft him.
Right, they didn't draft him.
But that Achilles Smith make you shake a little bit when you say that. Right?
But that's what I'm saying. So, and I give credit to on a 3-point conversion chat room inside of 3-point conversions Facebook page, Antoine Smith. He was like, he thinks it's Chase Young. He said because the other ones have to be in the right system.
Exactly. You can drop Chase Young anywhere. Anywhere. I mean, in the top first round, you drop him anywhere, it's going down as soon as he get on the field first game.
Right. So, I mean, it just depends on that because right now Cincinnati has the first pick, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't even think they can lose it. They can't even lose the first pick, can they? They're like, what, 0-something? Did they ever win that first game?
The Bengals? Yeah, they won a game.
So like 1-13?
Yeah.
Right. So I would say
they're getting Burrow.
They getting Burrow. They probably because is there any other quarterback that's coming in late that they can say because you never know because what if they I doubt
Justin
he
Herbert.
Dude, you're gonna lose your job. You want to lose your job? Don't pick Joe Burrow.
Because I don't think they're gonna try to get Cam or nothing like that. Like there's no other quarterbacks right now that.
Lose your job if you want to.
Oh, you talking about free agent quarterbacks or quarterbacks up for trade?
Well, free agent, you answered that one, Herbert.
But even with that, right, like they're not just a quarterback away from competing, right? They're like pieces away from competing. So you don't go get Cam Newton to go 2-14. You know what I mean? You go get your quarterback and start. You know what I mean?
Right. So I mean, and that's the point. Just the fact that. The quarterbacks, it depends on where you go. Because, like I said, Cincinnati, A.J. Green, we don't know if he's coming back. More than likely, if his boy not starting.
Yeah, he definitely going to ask for that's probably why he hasn't played this year. Like, dude, I'm not finna get out here. I'm about to heal completely. And y'all can ship me out for a first round next year.
Yep.
I don't know if they're going to. Well, I guess depending on the team.
Not a first round. He ain't getting no first round.
Yeah, he's 30. Bad toes, bad feet. Yeah.
But
I give up a fifth round for it.
Then, so that means what's my man name? Chase is going to Miami then.
No, Giants.
Oh, the Giants, which would be a good fit.
Perfect fit.
So, do you see Miami getting Jalen?
No,
they'll probably. I was talking about this last night.
Go ahead.
This is what they're going to do. Okay. This is it for Tom Brady in New England, and he's going to end up in Miami. So Miami's going to be bad again next year, and then they're going to draft Trevor Lawrence.
No, Brady's not. Brady won't go to a team that he knows is going to be bad. Brady's too competitive to be there.
That don't matter. If he wants to keep playing and New England doesn't want him, Miami is the only team that's going to pay a guy who's going to be 43 when the season starts.
And they're in the same division.
I think some other teams pay him right now because that's Tom Brady. And Tom
the
Brady
Jets
still is
in the same division. So the Jets will do it then.
The Jets would do it?
They're not going to do it.
Carolina will do it. Carolina will do it because it's going to be a new GM, you know, they want to. Hey, why don't we get Tom?
I mean, but if you're gonna get rid of Cam,
think about it, because you'll put fans in the seats.
Tom Brady is 43 years old. They're not gonna do that,
right? Because you're going all in on Kyle Allen if you're getting rid of Cam.
No, they're not. They're not gonna go right, but they're not going in on Kyle Allen. We know that he's stuck it up.
How do we know that?
Because he stuck it up. What has he done?
Oh no, Carolina's getting it. If they're not keeping Cam, they're getting somebody else.
Yeah,
I don't think they're gonna stick with Kyle.
They might get Jalen in. They might
in the
first round. They might go.
The projection is Justin Herbert.
I mean, man, we don't go by them projections.
I mean, I know, but I guess the next question we can get to that, and then we can start talking about where they're gonna go. Will all three go top 10?
I think they can.
I don't see Jalen going top 10, unfortunately. I would love for him to, but you gotta have one of them teams that like want to take that chance, right?
So you don't think Miami would take that chance? Miami doesn't have a quarterback.
At 3?
Do you think they won't take a chance? He's a Heisman finalist.
Miami will more likely take Tua than
right. I would believe that. Right, I would believe that, and even let him sit for a whole year if they need to.
I'm sorry,
they're going to let Rosen go or trade him and start Fitzpatrick again.
Right now, so
all right,
you got
Bengals,
Giants,
Dolphins, Redskins, Lions.
They don't need a quarterback.
Cardinals, Jets, Jaguars, Chargers, and Broncos. So, Detroit might want to start looking into a quarterback.
Right.
Like, seriously, because he had, a broken back this year? Like, that's not something that you just, you know what I mean, continue to play on. And he's, 10, 12 years in? Like, Stafford's been playing for a long time now,
this is year 11.
Yeah. And the injuries are starting to pile up, right? And they're paying him a lot.
Mm.
So that
they might not go top because then, like.
That's what I'm saying.
Because after Miami, because I forgot about Tua.
And after Detroit, you're probably not going to pick at 5. Lions aren't going to get.
No, Lions not getting another quarterback. Right. You're not going to get another top quarterback
after they pay Stafford all that money.
Right.
Well, just if you got a starter,
you're not going to use a high pick that high. Like you may get a third rounder.
But that's why. But that's why I think 2 teams. Why I think that a few teams that might get them. It might be. I think Carolina. I wouldn't be surprised if Carolina took a chance on them. Carolina. I wouldn't be surprised if Pittsburgh took a chance.
I mean, you can see the Chargers picking the QB.
They won't do that in the first round.
That's what I'm saying. Like they may get him, but you're not going to. I don't think they're going to.
I don't. Not Pittsburgh. I think Carolina looking getting them. I think
the Chargers are going to need a quarterback.
I think they might get him. Again, the NFL is a copycat league. What they saw with Lamar Jackson was picked 30th. All these teams moved on him. Didn't think about him. Now look what. He's gotten them to the playoffs last year, and now they're the best team in the NFL.
But what also goes with that, you got to have the personnel and also on both sides of the ball, right? Like you got to have the defense that's going to be able to do it. You got to have the running and the running game. Like you got to.
So that's why I say maybe Carolina. I don't think Pittsburgh would get them first round, but I think Carolina might. I think Carolina might take a chance.
And I'm gonna guess with that running game and that defense,
you have McCaffrey.
You could probably do something, but
that defense.
That's a high pick. That's a high pick to be hoping on. You know what I mean?
But it's a copycat league. How many times we've seen them teams take somebody just because we saw a team take him last year and he succeeded? That's the NFL. If it's any sport that's copycat is the NFL.
I mean,
this guy gets to the NFL and Super Bowl.
I love Jalen to go top 10 just because
I don't think he's going top 10.
Just because he's so humble and the kid he is. I love it. Even first round.
I won't say top 10 because, like you said, the teams that you said with Tua, I don't see that.
Yeah.
But Carolina, I believe a team would take a chance that, hey, let's take this chance. Let's go after this guy. Why not? He's a Heisman finalist. And he ran a lot, but he showed that he could throw.
I mean, wait, not to mention, you got to also remember, Miami has like 3 picks in the first round. That is something that
Colin Klein was a Heisman finalist at quarterback.
But Colin Klein was not Jalen Hurts.
Who'd you say, Calvin Klein?
Colin Klein.
Colin Klein. He was not Jalen Hurts. What Jalen Hurts did this year was amazing, but it's on par with what the best player and the MVP of the NFL was doing. That's why I say that if he didn't have his year, Lamar Jackson, we'd be wondering if he's going to get picked. But because he's having his year, Lamar Jackson, he falls to the first. But we'll see.
We'll see.
We're going to take a quick break. Speaking of Tua, I got a gift for Tua.
Yeah, we're about to start giving
Y'all
out
stay
Christmas
tuned.
gifts, man.
All right, we have some gifts. Holiday spirit.
You might get one.
Right. Keep it locked.
Have a sports injury? Need to see an orthopedic doctor? Ortho Atlanta is one of Metro Atlanta's largest orthopedic and sports medicine practices, providing orthopedic and sports medicine care for the whole family. With 37 physicians and 14 offices, the practice provides the highest level of care for injury of muscles, joints, bones, and spine. Ortho Atlanta offers convenient access to a full range of musculoskeletal surgeons and specialists. Ortho Atlanta also offers on-site physical therapy, pain management care, MRI imaging, and workers' compensation care. The Ortho Atlanta surgery centers in Austell and Fayetteville provide cost-effective, same-day surgical procedures in an accredited outpatient center. Hip, knee, shoulder, back pain? Ortho Atlanta has you covered with specialists in all areas. Same-day appointments, orthopedic care for the whole family. Ortho Atlanta, Atlanta's choice for orthopedic and sports medicine care. Learn more at www.orthoatlanta.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Cat Williams, and you are listening to 3 Point Conversion Radio.
Hey player, what you gonna get her for Christmas? Yeah. What you gonna get that boy? Come on, come on, come on. What you gonna get her for Christmas? Yeah. What you gonna get that boy?
Boy, I'm over here jamming it. Y'all know about this. All right, y'all. It's time to get off some gifts. Get right a little bit, G. All right, let me stop. All right, y'all. What made you want to go out? Anyway, so it is time for Christmas. We have some gifts. I know Christmas is next Wednesday coming up, but we have some gifts to give out. I'm gonna let D go first. D, how y'all want to do this? Do you want to just give your three?
Oh, we can go one by one.
Okay. We're going one. Okay. All right. So, D, what's your first gift?
My first one is going to
Wait. I'm going to give an example. So, like, this is a gift from all of us. So, for instance, because we do cover the Hawks, let y'all know, we're giving a gift to Cam Reddish. This is from all of us. Cam Reddish, you know, he moved to Atlanta, so he's new in the area. So what we're going to give Cam Reddish is a book. A book that's called Building Houses for Dummies. Not because he's a dummy, because he might not know how to build houses, but we're going to give him this book to build houses for dummies because, you know, since he has all these bricks this season, he can build.
Might as well use them for
something. Can use them and build a big house. Ain't that right, G? A mansion?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what we're giving him as a collective. Collectively, we're giving him that.
That's from the 3-point.
That's from the 3-point conversion. Everybody. Now we're about to go into
heart.
From the heart.
Really from the heart.
For real. You know what I'm saying? Might have enough over to give to DeAndre.
Or build a foundation for some of the homeless people here.
Yeah.
Like he can really.
Right. But he got a lot. Yes. He got a lot to work with. All right. But go ahead, man. What's your first gift?
So my first one is going to go to New York Knicks owner James Dolan. I'm going to get him a book from Jeff Bezos on how to run a successful business. And, yeah, he definitely needs that because the Knicks look horrible. And they fire people and, like, yeah.
We get some music to this segment too. So
wow. So I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that.
And like even him firing Tisdale. Like, it's not all his fault. Like, the GM put this team together, right?
Right.
Like, even when the season started, everybody was like, dude, what are they doing? Because they couldn't get who they wanted to get, so they just started filling holes, and they don't look good together.
Hey, I have no problem with that. All right. So, my Christmas gift that I'm giving, the first one, I'm giving to Tua. So with Tua, especially because of everything he's going through, with the injuries, the legs. I don't know if he's been trying to follow RG3 or whatever his career, but like Tua been done a little stanky legs or the Tootsie Rolls, whatever it look like. But what I'm going to give him, because of the injuries, man, to help him out, I'm going to give him a pair of the knee braces that Forrest Gump had in the movies. I'm going to give him those for Christmas. Nothing wrong with that, right?
No, hopefully he'll break out of them like Forrest did and run.
Yeah, right. That's the inspiration.
Run across the country.
That's the inspiration, D. That's the inspiration. Go ahead, G. What's your first gift?
All right, my first gift, I will actually go to James Dolan, but I think they need to go in a different direction. I like a lot of people want him to sell the team, and I feel like the only thing that's holding him back is he doesn't know where to get a for sale sign. So I'm going to give him a for sale sign to put in front of Madison Square Garden, or just in like the team shop or in his office or something. He still owns the Rangers. He doesn't have to sell them, but he should sell the Knicks. But he needs a for sale sign. He didn't know where to get one. Right. So I'm going to get one for him. And also for the new owner, I'm going to, when you go into your owner's office or suite, it's going to be empty, but there will be a bottle of Fabuloso so you can clean house.
Clean it.
Right.
That is an all-purpose cleaner.
Right.
Clean it.
So you can clean house. So it's a gift for James Dolan and for the future owner of the Knicks.
That's a double package gift right there,
that's
right?
A great gift.
Definitely.
What's your next gift, man?
So my next one is going to go to the New England Patriots. So I'm going to get them the first full season of Cheaters. Reason why is because I guess they forget that cameras are everywhere, right? Like, we see you. You know what I mean? Like, everybody is able to see what's going on nowadays. Like, it's funny, like, when people do stuff now, they're like, oh, I'm going to get away with it. Like, no, you're not, because it's a camera everywhere. I don't care what you're doing, where you at. It's a camera somewhere looking at you.
Right.
So, New England Patriots, we see you. Like, you can't get past it. And stop cheating.
Right.
Like,
hey, we got one. Somebody, Antoine Smitty, man, shout out to him in the chat room on the 3-Point Conversion Facebook page. He says he want to give Winston a cookbook to help, spice up and serve all them ducks that he's been throwing the 24 interceptions. Wow. But he's been balling, though. But hey, that's a great gift.
It's crazy, right? Because with James, is he good or is he not? I don't know. Some
he's
days
great in fantasy, but that's a great gift. All right, so my next gift is I'm gonna give this to Khalil Mack. Khalil Mack is my guy. It's my dude on my team. So I got him two gifts. First, I'm going to give him a metal detector so he can find his heart and his game. I think that's, I've been watching him lately, so he needs that metal detector to find where his heart is and find where his sacks, games, whatever he's looking for. I think that's a good gift. Plus, I'm going to give him the movie Set It Off so he can see how to appropriately rob banks or rob teams. So that's for Khalil Mack. From the heart, dog. From the heart.
Let's get off my bass, man. Hey. Y'all should see him in with a whole Bears outfit.
That's why I'm giving it to him. He on my team. That's why I got to give it to him. I think that he'll love that.
I think that's fair. Okay, my second gift goes to the University of Georgia football team. It's going to be I'm going to get them the proper scouting catalog that will include the dual threat quarterbacks, including ones of color. Include the ones of color and see how good they are, you know. And I'll make sure they have everything, you know, their highlight tapes, all their measurables, their 40 times if it goes that far. So they can see what a good quarterback looks like, and possibly they could properly recruit that quarterback and make the environment a space to where he can actually, you know, go out in public and not have racial slurs thrown at him or be harassed by the Clark County cops.
Right.
You know, and, you know, just the, I guess I should also include some kind of sensitivity seminar of some sort.
Perfect.
For the quarterbacks of color, they can be pocket passers too. There are pocket passers of color. But trying to kind of welcome those kind of players into the Georgia football program if they want to play quarterback, and make sure they're not like trying to be switched to receiver or running back or safety or something.
Right.
If they play quarterback, they can play quarterback for your team.
I agree. I like that gift.
Yeah, that definitely was a great gift. So my last gift is going to go to Trigger, Mr. Trigger Trey Young. So I'm going to get him a box of Andy's Clippers, so he can go ahead and cut that thin, quote-unquote, fro. I think that's what it's supposed to be. We can cut that off. You know how when a baby's first born and they got like the little hair and that soft spot in their head? It looks like if he fall the wrong way, you're going to be like, oh, wait, that's the soft spot. You don't want that to happen. So I'm definitely going to have to get him a pair of Andy's Clippers. Like what? Come on, man. Like, dude, come on, man. That's not a fro, dog. Like, him need you to take care of that.
I like that gift, man.
Trigger.
All right, Trigger, we got him. My last gift or gifts I'm giving to the Cleveland Browns. So I'm going to give them the Madden football games. Give them everyone of the John Madden football games, so they can actually make the playoffs and win with that roster. Because they have the best Madden roster. So that way they'll be able to win. You know, their spirits will be up around this time.
And they'll be able to see how it looks.
How it looks to win. How to host the trophy or to go to the playoffs.
I'm not sure, because the way that Madden works is that you drop when you drop in real life. So you got to be real good.
Well, some people,
I know what you're saying, but like,
some of them might be good enough to play
on Madden, but that boy is so terrible.
Also,
they can change the sliders
Yeah,
and
they can
change the ratings. Everyone can be a 99.
Yeah.
Make Baker a 99. Create a player.
and on top of that, you will love this. I'm going to give them, everybody on the roster, including upper management, the retro Jordan 17. Because it's been 17 years since they made the playoffs. So they can be in style. Retro 17 Jordans. Because it's been 17 years. Just to, to celebrate.
That should hurt, LA.
Just celebrate that you celebrate that feat with some Jordans. Retro 17.
Sure, LA and Eric's listening. You guys should feel that.
All right, my last gift.
Wait. Somebody said the Madden put it on pro level. They can win.
Yeah, or rookie.
Just put it on rookie. No, put it on rookie.
Put it on rookie. They need to go to rookie.
No drop passes. Every play's a touchdown.
Everything. They'll probably average 60 then.
Whatever it takes.
Right. All right, go ahead.
All right, my last gift. We talked about the Pac-12 possibly having their broadcast rights on Apple TV Plus, and that would for USC, who is, I feel like, they really the only team that is allowed to be in the playoff, so they have to be successful for the Pac-12 to have a chance. I think that what USC needs to do is take their alumni directory and put it in a trash can. So I'm going to give them a trash can and a lighter and burn that alumni directory. Stop hiring from guys who went to USC to be part of your football program. And I'm also going to set them up an account on ZipRecruiter and LinkedIn so they can look at viable candidates to for their coaching staff. They have to look outside of the USC network. So that's why I got to burn that alumni directory first, because they'll go to that first and feel like they're good. Yeah. Like, no, you have to look outside of that. So trash can, lighter. I'm going to set up a ZipRecruiter and a LinkedIn account for USC.
Hey, I agree.
That's a great Christmas gift. Like, you're really setting them up for success.
But think about the alumni directory. OJ, Reggie Bush,
Matt Leinart.
See, that's why we got to burn it.
That's it.
That's why we have to burn it.
That alone.
Pete Carroll. Who was the last one?
Lane Swan.
Lane Kiffin.
Steve
Sarkisian.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah,
they let Ed Orgeron go. They can't call him though. He left and had success somewhere else. They can't bring him back. But he's in the alumni directory, so they shouldn't call him anyway.
Will Smith said Bad Boys 2. You gonna lock that up and throw that in the ocean. You gonna have to be Jacques Cousteau to get to this one.
All right, y'all. Those are Christmas gifts from the heart, from the 3-point conversion. Y'all can't say we didn't. I mean, it was thoughtful.
We're very giving.
It's going to help them. Man, I'm just saying.
We're a very giving organization.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So, look, we're going to take a quick break. Merry Christmas. As they say in Atlanta, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. And we will be back. Keep it locked. Stop It is next.
Yeah.
What's happening? It's your man Big T doing big things. Y'all know what it is. ATL Hawks official DJ and Rap City forever. You're checking out the 3-point conversion radio. You dig?
You're tuned into WWE Peakville, AM 1100.
The opinions expressed during the sponsored programs on this station are strictly those of the program hosts, guests, and callers and are not necessarily those of Beasley Broadcast Group, this station, its staff, other advertisers, or agencies.
Big ups to our Sports Lounge crew for keeping the airways blazing each and every Saturday. But I want to send another special shout out to our team of writers at the 3-Point Conversion. You can visit us at the3pointconversion.com. You can also like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. How about the Gram? How about iHeart? How about Spreaker Radio? How about wherever you need it, baby? We got you covered. No mercy. Don't let up on him. Go hard on him, Mr. Controversy. Hit him with the stop it button.
All right, we are back inside the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge. This is the time where we like to thank everyone who is supporting the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge, and we appreciate it. We actually continue to support the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge and the 3-Point Conversion in itself. As a matter of fact, y'all need to support us on the Super Bowl trip that we're about to make. But either way, we appreciate you for real. And
check out the GoFundMe page.
Yeah, check out the GoFundMe page.
You can go to our Facebook page to click on the link. We've had a couple of donations already. We appreciate it. We'll shout everyone out once we reach our goal, and hopefully, yes.
And we are covering the Super Bowl this year, so we're going to Miami. So you'll get plenty of exclusive interviews, updates, news updates, and things, so on. And I also want to give a shout out to big special shout out to one of the good guys, dude with the one of the biggest guys with the smallest legs. So I guess he just works on his upper chest. But he's from New Orleans. He's a New Orleans fan, but never been in the Dome. Say he a Saints fan. What up, Larry? Shout out to my man, Larry. You see me. I mean, you don't see me, but I see you. I appreciate you, man, for listening to the show, bro. And, in order to be a fan, you need to go see your team play. So we just ask you to go watch your team play, and you solidify. Ain't that right? Ain't that right, Z? All right. So now it is time for the most infamous, the most famous Stop It segment.
Stop
it.
Hit it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
Stop it. Stop it. Yes. S-T-O-P, new word, I-T. Stop it.
Stop it. Get some help.
All right, bro. So you, D?
Yeah, so today my stop it is, I mean, I know he's gotten a lot over the, last few months or whatever, but it's going to go to AB. It's Antonio Brown. The reason he's getting it today is because early this week, he put up an album teaser that we should stay tuned for. And it says No More White Woman for 2020. That's his album. First, I don't think that's the correct grammatical way to say it. It's definitely white women if you were going to do it. But then shortly after that, I think he put up a post that said, yeah, he can't do it. He's going to continue on with white women. Like, dude, we kind of knew that anyway. But, hey, like, just take the whole Twitter account and just, like, leave it alone because, yeah, you're doing way too much, AB. Go ahead and take this Merry Christmas, stop it. It's wrapped up in a nice gift basket, too.
Stop it.
Yeah, he needs to. Tired of him, man.
An extra Christmas gift. Set him up an account on blackpeoplemeet.com.
There you go.
Right.
Yeah.
My stop it goes to
or Christian Mingle.
Hines Ward. Hines Ward is New York Jets assistant, and he gets to stop it because he says they play the Steelers, and he says he wants to get a Gatorade shower if the team beats the Steelers.
Stop it.
He need another one.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Like, bruh, okay, I understand it's your former team or what have you. Him made me get in trouble.
This
y'all
is
mugs.
Super Bowl.
Right. Y'all ain't. Do y'all have 6 wins?
Bruh.
Come on, man.
Bruh.
Like,
Bruh.
Go ahead, G.
All right, my stop it. Oh, also, Rick here says a blackplanet.com account for Antonio Brown. Yes, that is also a very nice gift. My stop it goes to now former Steelers safety Cameron Kelly, who was cut by the Steelers, and after he was charged and arrested for making terroristic threats and resisting arrest outside of a bar in Pittsburgh. But the terroristic threat is that he threatened to knock out an employee at the bar after his music choice was skipped on the jukebox. And outside the bar, there was the arresting officer accidentally stepped on the foot of another woman. And the woman was upset about that. And Kelly said the woman was his girl, and he chest bumped the officer and threatened him. This is like college bar type of drunk. It sounds like. Do you feel like you just gonna fight
everybody? Just
fight everybody. This is. I thought this was a Riley Cooper looking dude, but it is not.
So, who is he? What kind of looking dude is he?
Well, what's the opposite of a Riley Cooper looking dude?
Yeah, that's one of them dudes that get knocked out by security.
Because I thought it was because like it's Cameron with a K, and they're like, okay, only certain people do that. But either way, yeah, you need to have some, just have it lack of self-awareness and self-control. Like, come on, man. So he gets a
stop it.
All right, that concludes our Stop It segment. We're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back to talk some NFL football. Keep it locked.
Let me break down to y'all what's so dope about the three-point conversion. First of all, everybody is a fan of the game first. Second of all, everybody is a student of the game second. And third of all, we're the average sports fan just like everybody else. We're not coming in here, walking with our nose tipped high, acting snooty, acting brand new. This is a grassroots organization. Bar none. The three-point conversion, where fans' opinions matter. Be sure to visit the website www.the3pointconversion.com. Get your fix, get your articles, multimedia, and everything else that you, as a sports fan, need. So again, the3pointconversion.com. It's where it's at, man, where fans' opinions matter. Happy Saturday, sports fans. It's your boy Sherm, aka the Lord of the Beats, and you are currently inside the Three-Point Conversion Sports Lounge with my man's Mr. Controversy, D Intellectual, and of course my dog G behind the boards. Cheers to the freaking weekend.
All right, we are back inside the Three-Point Conversion Sports Lounge. Mr. Controversy, D Intellectual, and G. Okay, so playoffs are approaching us in the NFL. It's the bittersweet time. Man, it was a nice long season, but it's getting close to that time where it's going to end. But before it ends, the NFC right now have 4 teams that are 11-3. The New Orleans Saints, the San Francisco 49ers, the Seattle Seahawks, and the Green Bay Packers all are 11-3. Who do you all think is the best 11-3 team? Who do you trust more going down to the wire, into the playoffs and everything? D?
I'm going to go with the Seahawks. Just because the way Russell Wilson is playing this year, he's playing like out of his mind. Like, he not losing. Like, you give him the ball last minute. Like, he extends plays. He makes it happen. Like, and then, they got good coaching in Pete Carroll. Defense is pretty solid. I just think that they're more dependable. I mean, the 49ers have looked great, but you don't know what you may get some games with Jimmy Garoppolo. The Packers, defense looks good sometimes. Aaron Rodgers throw the ball away, but he'll make a good play. Which run game's going to show up. And the Saints, I mean, we know that they're good. Their offense, they probably have the best coach quarterback scenario. But they just, I don't know, they're not dependable.
Who, the Saints?
That's how I feel. Yeah, when it comes to the playoffs.
G, who? That's a because of the playoffs. I hear you. But they've gotten to the NFC Championship.
Yeah.
And then they got but go ahead, G.
The team that I think is playing the best, I would agree that it's the Seahawks. The 49ers, they played well for so long, but it was hard to just kind of believe in them because of their defense is playing so well. But I felt like Jimmy Garoppolo wasn't the reason. He may have been like the 6th reason or something that they were winning games. It seemed like at some points. The Saints, even though they had that, this felt like it was 3 years ago, but that when they played well when Bridgewater was starting. But I think that they're not as explosive as they were maybe last year or the year before with Kamara. And the Packers have played too many close games against bad teams for me to trust them in the playoffs. I mean, and at home too. They beat Carolina by like an inch or two. They beat Washington by only one possession. If I don't know who that Bears player was, but if he saw the guy next to, if he just like,
Allen
if
Robinson, it was Allen Robinson.
If he was able to make that pitch, that he scores, that guy scores.
Yeah.
So that was a one possession game, but still, like,
and we got cheated on that game too.
Numerous times.
I felt like the Packers should have played better. I mean, winning close games.
If
you win a lot of close games, then it's hard to gauge if a team is good or not.
You really are.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what? I think it's the Saints. This is why I trust the Saints. It's between the Saints and Seattle. I agree with everything D said about Seattle and G as well. Only reason why I trust the Saints is because right now it seems like their defense is the best with their offense. San Fran got the best defense out of all 4 teams, but their offense still isn't as good. The Saints' defense, now they're missing a couple of players, but they played well throughout the season. And the only thing to me that trumps Russell Wilson is the fact that you got the quarterback wide receiver combination. You know, that chemistry with Michael Thomas and Drew Brees. Because of that, you can always count on them getting a first down or getting that big play you need. Even though Russ can get you to play with his, but their defense is better than Seattle's defense. Kamara hadn't gotten all the way healthy. Once he's healthy, I like their 2-back tandem, so I like Seattle, man. I mean, I like Saints, man. I like Seattle also, but I like the Saints. I think the Saints get there. And I think about it, shout out to Z. I mean, Drew Brees just broke this record. He broke like 8 records on Monday night, didn't he? It seemed like, but still, this man knows how to play the game. Only thing is, if you get pressure on him, that's what rattles the Saints. That's the bad part. Whereas if you get pressure with Rodgers or Russ, they're going to make something happen. But I like the Saints.
I like that run game with Seattle. I don't fear the Saints' run game right now.
And that's because Kamara's not all the way healthy.
Isn't it Chris
Carson?
He has over 1,100 yards. Like, he is running the ball.
I mean, yeah, but
and there is that chemistry between Russell Wilson and Tyler Lockett, even though Tyler Lockett's sawed off shotgun, he still gets open.
But again,
he called him a sawed off shotgun.
Yeah, for real. I still think when Kamara gets healthy, that's what makes his team dangerous.
Did he say when he get how many weeks?
Where
the playoffs start?
No, he's playing right now. Though.
Weeks.
But I'm saying he's playing.
I know, but I'm saying, nobody gets healthy at this time of the year.
Well, you can't.
Everybody's playing. There are teams looking for kickers. This time of year.
What I'm saying is,
that's how bad it is.
He's playing, and each week he's gotten better. So I think by the playoff time, I think he'll be 100% because he's nursing an ankle. I think it's like an ankle injury or something like that. So. With time, you get better. You get, you be able to cut more, and you're starting to see him make better plays. That's why I say when he gets healthy, because I think by playoff time, especially with that bye, if they get a bye, and they probably will get a bye because San Fran and Seattle has to cancel each other out. So, and I think they need Green Bay to lose.
He's not even being feared out of the backfield right now.
Right? Yeah. So, but if he does get healthy, I'll say if he does get healthy. I think that's when this offense becomes more explosive again. Now, what team do you least trust?
Packers.
Yeah.
Well, I just told you why. So.
Yeah, the Packers. Like, you can't even say the 49ers. Like, you can want to say them because the experience, they don't. But then, like, they just look good. They got Sherman over there, and he's like a leader. He can get them ready for it. It's like with the Packers, like, dude, you almost lost every week. Like, did they have a blowout win? Did they really have a signature win this year?
Right.
Like, I don't even think they had a signature win. Like, they actually had one of the easiest schedules in the league. That's why they're 10-3 or 11-2, whatever.
11-3.
Yeah, 11-3. That's why, because if you look at their schedule, you're like, dude.
Yeah. No, I get it. Yeah, I don't trust them. Also, the 49ers also. I think with the 49ers, I think at least with the Packers, you can trust Aaron Rodgers more than you can trust Garoppolo.
But who else other than Aaron Rodgers do you trust?
I mean, true, but who else would you trust? Because
like on that team?
On San Fran.
On the Packers, who else do you trust other than Aaron Rodgers?
Devontae Adams. I trust the running back.
I don't know if I trust Devontae Rodgers.
I don't know about the running
back. Me
back.
neither, because, dude, if he doesn't score 2 touchdowns, so he scored them against the Bears, but they were like, other than that, what did he do? And they were like 7-yard runs. And as far as Devontae Adams, if you step on his toe, he out for the rest of the playoffs.
But why would you trust the running back?
I said I didn't trust the running back.
Why wouldn't you? If he, like you just said,
because if he doesn't run, then they don't do anything.
But
and he has more games of them not running.
No, yes he does. Look at his stats. He has like 16 touchdowns.
But that's just a 7-yard, 6-yard run.
But my point is, he's getting touchdowns in games.
But you said Aaron Rodgers. Let's say other than Aaron, well, if you trust him, you trust him. I don't.
Right, but I'm saying he's the only other. He has more touchdowns than everybody else you can name on any other team. So that's why I trust the running back. With the 49ers, I don't trust Tevin Coleman. 49ers don't trust Tevin Coleman. Like, they're doing a running back by committee.
They got like 8 running backs.
Yeah, so the
49ers?
Yeah.
That's why I would trust them, because they have 3 running backs that all 3 of them do different things. They got Coleman, they got Mostert, and they got
Breida, someone named Wilson.
Like, they get them the ball, and them boys be.
So you trust? So you trust
a 4-headed monster better than
a 4-headed monster that every now and then they do well. Like, it ain't like they've been balling out every game, because they haven't. Versus a guy that's consistently getting touchdowns and getting yards and get first downs. Like, G, if you could look up his stats, how many rushing yards?
830
for the Green Bay Packers.
Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones. I would trust that with Tevin Coleman not doing well. You gotta jump from one running back to the other. What if he's not hurt? What if all of them don't play well? You know what I'm saying? Like,
but this is a team that the 49ers beat 37-8 like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, I mean, true, but I'm talking about in the playoffs. We've seen teams where, we saw the Denver Broncos beat up, what team did they embarrass? What playoff team they embarrassed the other week? Beat them they scored 31 points. It was Houston? They put up 31 points on Houston. I mean, and then laid an egg against Kansas City. You never know. But I'm just saying.
With that being said, we said he had 830 yards. By himself, right? He's the only running back really. Williams gets in and does a little.
Yeah, Williams come in.
Monster has 662, so that's less than 150 yards more, 160 yards. Monster. Yeah.
Oh boy, yeah. Mm-hmm. I just don't.
Coleman got 500,
and Coleman been non-existent the last 5. He got them in the
Brady
first.
Got 607. Well, look,
he got them in the first 3 years, and and that's the thing with the 49ers. They get them in spurts.
Not just spurts. Somebody's always fresh, so they're flipping them out.
I just, like I said, when the playoff, you need somebody who's going to be there.
But if you shut that run down, now it makes that pass against, let's say the 49ers secondary. Like, now you know what I'm saying?
I don't trust, now what I'm saying is I don't trust Green Bay, but I'm just saying, you were saying who else, I think I trust Green Bay players more than I trust 49ers because they don't have experience in the playoffs. That's one thing. I think that comes into play when you got young players who hadn't played in the playoffs.
So you saying the 49ers are the weakest?
I don't trust them. Yeah, I think the Packers as a whole are the weak. But as far as who I don't trust, I wouldn't trust the 49ers in the playoffs just because of no experience. I don't trust Garoppolo. If I can't trust your quarterback, then I don't trust you at all.
Okay, so with that being said, which quarterback would you take out of the 14?
Russ. I would take Russ. Yeah, I would take Russ. By a small fracture because of how Russ is, but
over who, bro? Small fracture over who?
Breeze.
What about you, G?
I'm taking Russ. Breeze, yeah, he completed 100 out of 101 passes on Monday night, but he didn't. He averaged like 10 yards of completion.
I mean, but
it's going to be that's
offense,
a first
though.
down. But like the thing is, like Michael Thomas has gotten a lot of catches, but he's not a deep threat. He really is a possession receiver, but he's just so precise and crisp at route running. He always gets
But you
open.
know what? I would take
But
that.
but them not having the deep threat.
But I would take that
And
more
almost
so.
no one else.
Hey, I would take that more so than just have a deep threat, because usually a deep threat, he'll get you 2-3 plays. But if you need a first down, if it's 3rd and 8 and it's 4th down with 3 minutes left in the game, I can trust Michael Thomas to get that. And that's their offense. But again, quarterback, I trust Russ. It's Russ, Breeze, and then Garoppolo.
Yeah, I'll say I'll go with that too. Shout out to Solo for also saying this. Also, the 49ers losses has been by 1 score and like 2 at the buzzer.
No, right. They've been balling. It's just when it comes to playoff, it's a totally different game. You know what I'm saying? So, and all of them rookies. So, all right, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back to talk basketball. Keep it locked.
Let's get to it.
Have a sports injury? Need to see an orthopedic doctor? Ortho Atlanta is one of Metro Atlanta's largest orthopedic and sports medicine practices, providing orthopedic and sports medicine care for the whole family. With 37 physicians and 14 offices, the practice provides the highest level of care for injury of muscles, joints, bones, and spine. Ortho Atlanta offers convenient access to a full range of musculoskeletal surgeons and specialists. Ortho Atlanta also offers on-site physical therapy, pain management care, MRI imaging, and workers' compensation care. The Ortho Atlanta surgery centers in Austell and Fayetteville provide cost-effective, same-day surgical procedures in an accredited outpatient center. Hip, knee, shoulder, back pain? Ortho Atlanta has you covered with specialists in all areas. Same-day appointments, orthopedic care for the whole family. Ortho Atlanta, Atlanta's choice for orthopedic and sports medicine care. Learn more at www.orthoatlanta.com.
Hi, this is Jabari Parker of the Atlanta Hawks, and make sure y'all check out the 3-point conversion.
All right, we are back inside the 3-point conversion sports lounge. Quickly, I want to talk about another debate that was going on. Man, it's funny, debates going with the Hawks. But, hey, Trae Young. Trae Young's had his great season for the Hawks. The Hawks been horrible, no. I mean, this is what it is. They and I won't, and horrible, but by default because of what they've had to deal with. John Collins not being there, a lot of injuries, tons of injuries. Rookies are inserted because of injuries. But with Trae Young, as well as he's been playing, is he a top 10 player as of right now in the NBA?
I've been thinking about that, trying to debate. I guess you as of right now, you actually can put him up there because it's a lot of names you're gonna throw out there. Jokic, Lillard, like a lot of players. But like right now, the way he's been playing, if you're saying just that, yeah. But I mean, if you want to put a lot of things into it, record wise, things like that, what 10-year plan for, you could play that into it. But just play
stats,
it, just playing,
because you can't help what you got and what you playing with. So, are you saying yes?
Yeah.
G, you agree?
And trying to go through, think of 10 players who are playing better right now.
This season, yeah.
It's hard to think of 10, and you probably think of maybe 5 or 6. So putting him in the top 10, I think is fair.
Because I could think 8 or 9, maybe 9. I mean, you go with your Kawhi Leonard, LeBron, Harden,
Giannis.
AD, Giannis. That's 5 right there. You gotta throw in Luka. That's 6. Paul George has been playing well because on both ends you got to put 7. Then that's when I'm kind of like, I know we're forgetting somebody else.
Joel Embiid.
I think he's played better than Joel Embiid this year.
I mean, yeah, overall, definitely.
Well, I would not say Beal. Beal's just getting
Beal
a lot of
balling,
shots.
right? But he's been playing well, but not.
But the team,
Beal.
yeah.
This is what solidified that for me. Just the fact that he's right now. What point guard is playing better than Trae Young?
Cat has been balling this year, though. Overall,
Yeah, Cat's been balling. I'll put Cat up there. But what point guard has been playing better than Trae Young?
I don't think there is a point guard that's been playing better.
I mean,
Lillard's
playing better, but I think
overall,
young Trae has played better this year.
Right,
but Lillard is kind of close, but not really.
Because Trae, what is Trae?
Lillard has really just started getting it.
What is Trae averaging? With 28?
28.
8, 5, something like
28, 8 and 4 rebounds.
Is it 8 like 5 or something like that?
8.4, 8.5.
8.5 because we, here we like if you get to 0.5, whatever it is, we give you that 9 to 9.
9.
And
28 and 9.
28 and 9.
And also, like you said, they're putting Luka as what, a small forward?
Yeah, Luka's small forward, LeBron's small forward.
I mean, I think he's playing the best if you're looking at, the true point guards. Kemba's in a situation to where he doesn't have to shoot as much. He's got options offensively. He's playing better than Westbrook. I think he's playing better than Dame. Chris Paul, it's a different situation for Chris Paul as far as, he's a distributor. He's playing well, but he doesn't have to be the scorer that Trae is.
Right.
And even I know depending on where we rank him, because of the team Jimmy Butler has, right? He doesn't have last night they won by 20. He had 9 points, but he can go out and get 34 and 10, and you know what I mean. But because of the dynamic, the way his team is, and I think that's what makes him so happy and why he wanted to go. He doesn't have to be looked upon to score 30 points.
Right. But I don't think Jimmy. I wouldn't put Jimmy in the top 10 either, though. Even if I wouldn't, I don't think he would put him in the top 10. The players that we named are
right. I agree with that.
Are balling they're you can't deny. Yeah. But like I said, 28 and 9. That's I know it's not All-Star weekend yet, but just real quick, y'all think he starts in the All-Star game? Some people say he don't because of the record, and I'm like,
I mean, but who else do you put in there
in the East? What
as far as voting, you're probably looking at
he won't because
Kyrie
you probably have 2
and
guards. And you can
Kemba, maybe? I don't know.
And do they just put 2 guards now, right? It doesn't have to be a point guard, right?
Right.
Voting, you can have Ben Simmons. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But
I
Ben
think he
might get it.
I think he makes the All-Star.
Yeah.
The
They might vote Ben, but I just think the way that he's playing, I don't know. I think he gets a nod. They might vote Ben in.
I don't know if Trigger going to get the fan support.
That's true. I mean,
but
he's 4th in league in scoring, but who are people talking
and who
about?
Knows?
Harden,
right?
Giannis,
right.
Well, remember
Luka,
those are in
AD.
But everybody you name it, you're talking guards, voting wise.
But as far as if we're looking at the East and West, I mean,
Kai's gonna get it.
I think you're looking at Kyrie,
maybe Kai and who else?
Lowry started
and
last
Kemba.
year, didn't he?
I think they're going. I think the fan. Kemba's not a fan favorite.
Didn't Lowry start last year?
But that's because they had no guards. That's my point.
Well, how many guards is this year?
So my point. That's why I think Trae gets it because you had no guards.
I don't know.
So
is there any?
No, Larry didn't start last year. No, that was
too early.
That was a few years back. But But I just think that with if Trae needs one more game where he's scoring a game winner. But the fact that he's averaging 28 and 9 is. But somebody who is balling is popular is, of course, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Do you think Giannis has taken that step, that next step that he needed to take to lead his team? I know it's early, but
if he hitting threes like he was hitting the other night, then most definitely. I mean, even beyond that, right? Like he comes out, and me and you spoke about it with the Embiid last week, right? Like he's coming out every game and he's giving it 100%. He's trying to dunk on your head and he's trying to rip your heart out and step on it, right? Like, yeah, he kind of is that. And it was one of them plays when they played the Lakers the other night. Even the announcer said it, right? Like, LeBron kind of fell down when Giannis went past him and he missed a shot, but it was called a foul on LeBron. Like, that's kind of one of them passing of the torches type thing. Like, he knew LeBron was on him. You know, a couple years ago, people kind of shied away from that, right? Like, Giannis was like, come on, Bron. You know what I mean? Like, I got something for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Then that's the thing. Like, he hadn't – everybody's played against. He took that ownership. That's one thing about LeBron. I don't know if it was you. I was talking to someone else about that. LeBron, when he when he plays, LeBron is very competitive. But when LeBron playing against the best, LeBron, we don't see that dog in LeBron. Let's be real. But when we've seen it in Giannis played the Clippers, what'd he do? Blow them out. Look how he played. He played against what other team he played against besides the Lakers? It was one more team that's real good, it's supposed to be, and he showed out. The Lakers, like you said, showed out, shot threes. And he's not a three-point shooter, but Giannis, when superstars get to that point where they're playing against another great player, their game rises up. We saw it with Jordan to do it. Jordan to shoot threes knowing he's not a three-point shooter, but he did it with Portland. That's just the way it is. And I think that you see a determination in him that we didn't see last year. Like when I asked him in the locker room, what have you improved on this year? He said, what are you looking to do? He said, I'm looking to just improve on everything I did last year, just to get better at what I did.
He is.
And
he had 5 threes the other night, dog.
Right. Now, he's not going to do that every night because he can't shoot threes.
But just to have that, people to step up to be worried about that a little bit.
I don't think they will, though, until he got to make more because he's done it all year.
I'm saying, but it consistently do it. Like, then he's 2 steps away from dunking on you. Because, you know, his steps are maybe 1 to give you a fake.
Right. But I think they'll let him shoot threes because that was one game he did it, but all the rest of the games, he shoot threes. He shot air balls, top of the backboard, you know. Quickly, just no. Bucks best team in the NBA right now?
Yeah, they're playing without Eric Bledsoe, and they're killing people.
Yeah, Lakers, not discounting the Lakers win, but even before then, I thought the Bucks were playing the best.
And because their defense even.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back. Keep it locked.
What's good, family? I'm Marlon Sucker Free Jones, a Sucker Free Life double LC, and I'm locked in every Saturday to the best sports show on the planet, the 3-point conversion, with no team or no players off limits. So let's talk sports, the best of the best, the worst of the worst, and everything in between. Can you dig that?
All right, we are back inside the 3-point conversion sports lounge. And we have Dr. Fowler, Donnie Fowler III, coming in with the segment Ask a Doc, talking injuries, finding out what's going on with these players that are injured that can, I guess, be significant to a team or to a game. And what's going on, Doc? How's it going?
Doing well, fellas. How you guys doing?
All right.
Good.
All right.
Happy Merry
Early
Christmas
before
Kwanzaa,
his time,
all that.
a couple days before.
Yes, same.
So, I want to get to it. First off, Dalvin Cook, Minnesota, they are playing, who are they playing? Green Bay Packers right now. And Monday night, they're saying that Dalvin Cook is going to be out, but not just that. He's going to be out reportedly against the Chicago Bears the last game of the season with this shoulder injury. What is the shoulder injury, and how long will he need to heal?
Yeah, so everyone's being a little somewhat close-lipped, it seems like, with what's actually going on. I think it's probably similar to the James Conner injury that we've seen and been talking about. I'm guessing more of a kind of clavicle AC joint type injury where the biggest issue is pain and getting hit on that shoulder and trying to keep it padded and protected. So I think it's one of those things. If it was Super Bowl, he'd be out there playing. But at this stage, with them basically being in the playoffs, even though there'd be a lot at stake if they were able to beat the Packers, they want to protect him and make sure he's ready for the postseason. So I think it's a week-to-week thing. I think he could play if he absolutely had to, but they're trying to be smart and rest him so that he's healing and not trying to play some pain into the playoffs.
Yeah, definitely. He looked really injured when he did it. He looked like he was in pain. Now, for fantasy reasons, even though Jameis Winston is thrown for 450 yards in 2 straight games, how is he able to throw the ball with that injured thumb?
Yeah, it's been impressive. I don't think it was as severe, obviously, as the Drew Brees thumb injury where he needed surgery, obviously, and was out for the early part of the season. But you still always worry about a quarterback gripping the ball, even with a sprain, fracture, whatever it might be. But he's kind of shown that he's done the right things. Apparently he's throwing tennis balls during the week, smaller things, so that he's not having to widen the grip and stretch out the thumb, but still kind of work on his throwing motion, and he's been able to keep playing. So I expect to see, especially fantasy people who have been riding him at this point, a lot of championship games this weekend. I still expect to see a big week from him, albeit without his 2 top receivers with Evans and Godwin out that people need to remember too. So,
yeah, that's he's been balling though.
Oh, geez, he's on my Godwin is out.
Yep. So we'll see how that goes.
And Mike Evans is out.
Right. Once again, we're here live with Dr. Gianni Fowler from Ortho Atlanta. He's the orthopedic from Ortho Atlanta. And Ortho Atlanta, and we're talking injuries. And speaking of a major injury, Dallas Mavericks young star Luka Doncic has been out a couple of games. I think it's been it was the 3rd game on last night with a sprained ankle. Is it more difficult for someone his size to recover from that type of injury?
I don't. I mean, it depends if you're saying size in reference to like NBA players. Obviously, he's a little smaller in a way, quicker. It's just a different way of having to rehab. I think the good news is they're not calling it a severe sprain, like you said. They're calling it a moderate one, not a high grade or high ankle sprain or anything like that. So I would expect to see him back within 2 weeks. But again, whenever you're talking about, especially the level of talent of someone like Luka, they're going to be smart with their investment and not rush him back out there. So I think it's just a matter of him going through the phases and getting comfortable running and then cutting and jumping and then showing that he's ready to play. And I do think it'll probably be around that 2 week or so mark from when the injury happened as the reports are coming in.
Now, speaking of, I know we spoke earlier about Dalvin Cook and his shoulder injury. Kyrie Irving has been out for a month with the shoulder injury. Like, I don't want to say what's the difference with his shoulder injury, but what kind of injury is this compared to even with Dalvin Cook maybe just needing 2 weeks?
Yeah, so this one's a little different. They're reporting as shoulder impingement, which essentially means that kind of the rotator cuff in your shoulder is kind of getting rubbed and irritated. Sometimes you can have a small bone spur. Sometimes it's something shifted and it's just inflamed. So it's not necessarily anything is torn or separated or damaged or anything like that. But but the rotator cuff is very inflamed and angry, and so anytime you try to bring your arm outstretched or overhead, it's extremely painful. And when you're talking about a basketball player, that's obviously pretty limiting. So it's actually a pretty common injury that we see in everyday people. When you put a cortisone shot in, anti-inflammatories, and let them go about their business, and most get better within a few weeks. But again, when you're talking about NBA basketball, it's a little different. So I'm assuming they've kind of been doing all the treatments and therapies. I would expect to see him back soon, because it's been a long time, in my opinion, for what they're saying he has, unless they're not giving us the whole story. So I think he will hopefully be back within the next 1 to 2 weeks, because, again, he's already missed an entire month with this. So.
All right. There you have it, Dr. Donnie Fowler, coming in orthopedic for Ortho Atlanta. We appreciate you, sir, for coming on. My Christmas gift to you is no wise guy jokes about the Duke Blue Devils from what is it, Cameron? So no jokes. That's my gift to you, sir.
Hey, I appreciate it. We're back up to number 4, and we haven't lost like 5 or 6 games like UNC, and so we're good. We're good right now. So.
All right, man. You have a great Christmas and great holidays, and stay safe, okay?
Merry Christmas, guys. Thank you.
You too.
Thank you. All right, so it is now time for What's on My Mind. And, of course, this segment is where we like to give our thoughts on things that's, on our mind, what we think about, whether it's something good, something we don't understand, we don't like. Is this something that, we like to just holler at you for a second? And what's on my mind? We talk a lot about these players of today, and especially NBA. Whereas, we said they don't play like the old players like Jordan and Ewing and all of those good things. And we get on a lot of them, Now, we got a lot of greats. They're greats, McGrady, and we see LeBron, Melo, but still, we get on them for not being, well, I do. A lot of us do, not being like Jordan and all of them. But one thing I can say is that I don't think they get enough credit is they give back to the community. Like, for instance, we put out, the 3-point conversion put out with Tracy McGrady, coming up with this program to help young kids not go broke. We see what LeBron is doing with the school, So many people, it's a lot. It goes on and on. It's a lot of athletes, whether it's football, basketball, whatever, that gives a lot. And the thing is, I feel like we don't give them enough credit. I mean, true enough, it's the social media era, so you see it more, you can hear about it more. But at the same time, what these players are doing these days, man, because and I can't question anyone's heart, but personally, I've seen people, they've given, and it seemed like it could be for show. We don't know or not, but these players that are giving a lot and not making a fuss about it, they don't care about being that person. I think it's dope. You know what I'm saying? Especially for the youth. And I think they need to get more praise about this. Even going back to Jordan, Michael Jordan, we get on him, he's been accused of opening prisons, and all that, everybody been wrong about that. But Jordan is given a lot. But, of course, Jordan is the type, I don't need that extra because I did it. I don't want to care about that. But I think sometimes it's good to let people know, you know what I'm saying, what you're doing. I'm like that as well. Like, if I give or I do something, everybody don't need to know. But at the same time, sometimes it's good to understand that and know about that because people will follow. You know, so I just want to commend LeBron, Tracy, CP3, NFL players is doing it. You know, keep it up, man. We're watching, we see, and I know it's inspiring other young players because athletes, they look up to you all, and then after they see them do it, it's just a trend to do it. So I salute to them. That's what's on my mind.
Definitely. You know, people don't know, of course, like you said, he don't talk about it. The James Jordan YMCA Center been open for years on top of years on top of years. He also did something with a hospital in Charlotte for people that, you know, didn't have health care. So Mike definitely been doing his thing. So what's on my mind today is, so earlier when we were giving out presents, you know, it's kind of started off like saying that, you know, he's going to get Josh Gordon something. I also was thinking about giving him a stop it for being, you know, caught again with, you know, getting suspended for drugs. So I think this makes, the 5th or 6th year consecutively that he's been in some type of, you know, drug-related type of thing. So for me with Josh Gordon, it's not funny anymore, right? Like, it's not a joke. It's not that Stephen A. Smith, like, get off the weed, man. Like, it's a problem. Like, it's a real problem. And not just with him, but so in society overall, you know, whether it's the pill popping, rest in peace, Juice WRLD. We see what happened with him, 21 years old. He lost his life. With the codeine, you know, we've seen a lot of, you know, different artists have seizures, lose their life, just different things going along with it. So drug abuse is not a game. And check on your people that, you know, may be using different drugs or doing different things to cope, whether it's with mental health or physical health or anything. I definitely hope that Josh Gordon gets the help he needs. Like, it's not about football anymore. You know, he's been given multiple chances because I think one of the reasons he's been given multiple chances is because he's had the opportunity. He said, I have a problem. I can step away from the game to try to get myself together. But I think it's so much bigger than just football now. Like, we need to make sure that this guy's life is going to be here going into the future. He's going to be able to be a productive member of society and not be dependent on any type of chemicals. You know, I don't know if it's just marijuana, you know what I mean? Because I wouldn't consider that one of the, you know, the big drugs that can do this or that. Like, I think for him, it's bigger, right? Like, because a lot of people, you know, are smoking marijuana in the league or in different leagues, and it's not that big of an issue. Like, some of them may get suspended here, there, and third, but I think for him, it's even bigger than him, that whether it's alcohol, whatever it is, but it's definitely a bigger issue for Josh Gordon. And, you know, with that being said, I just hope he can get his life together and definitely find what he needs, whether it's mentally or physically, to make sure that he keeps going. And that's what's on my mind.
All right, yeah, definitely agree. I think that the fact that he's aware of it, that's already good. Now, again, we don't know what it is. We don't know if it's just marijuana or if it's.
You was trying to figure out how to say that.
No, I was gonna say weed, but I was thinking. I was thinking of Blackman. He crossed my mind.
Right.
Yeah, that was alcohol with him.
Right.
Yeah.
And for a minute, it was Chris Carter with the alcohol. You know what I mean? Like,
but yeah, I don't know. Like I said, hopefully he gets better.
Yeah, and again, it's not even football no more, right? Because I think to this point, because of his skills and what he's been doing, it may not like
Let me ask you a
NFL
question,
may
though,
be
but what
out.
if it was just marijuana?
Then what's going on, bro? What's going on,
right,
bro?
So look, we go.
He need to go play baseball, or they're not testing for it anymore, or you know,
or have like what level?
But
dude?
It's a deeper problem because it like when he was like 9, 10 years old, he's doing drugs,
right? And that's
so it's been almost a lifetime of addiction.
Right.
So it's like people are like, oh, how could he be so dumb? Like, this is a much deeper problem than just now.
And when it becomes that, it's bigger than marijuana. Like, it goes beyond, man. It comes pill popping, and you know what I'm saying. And then you got to figure he's in pain. So now you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And where was this last at in Seattle?
Yep.
There's a lot of stuff legal up there.
Man. Well, all right. You hear that music. You already know what it means. It means it is time to let you go. Before we let you go, we have a couple of shout-outs, and stay tuned because you might be a part of it. First of all, I want to give a big shout-out to the Almighty God. We appreciate everything you've done, and personally, I thank you for being there for me, for keeping me, giving me this platform to do what I do, say what I say, make people upset, happy, mad, want to give me the stop it button. I appreciate it. Also, I want to give a big shout out to Jerry Jones. You all won last week, and it looked like y'all might be making the playoffs. If y'all beat Philly, I got y'all making the playoffs, Jerry.
Thank you, Raphael.
Also, I want to give a big shout out to our guests. Well, I'll say family. And Dr. Fowler, he's no guest. This is part of our show segment. We thank him for coming on. I want to thank G, my engineer, and my co-host, Road Dog, D Intellectual.
Absolutely, man. I just want to thank everybody, like I do every week, for continuously, tuning in, listening, and see what we got going on. Like I said, it's always a lot of people that's listening, and even this week, people were letting me know, keep doing what y'all doing because you never know who's watching. Special shout out to my little brother, Demetrius. His birthday tomorrow. You know what I mean? So turn up a little bit with him. But Merry Christmas to everybody, and we'll see y'all next week.
All right, I want to give a special shout out to my baby girl, Kyle Kennedy, also. My daughter, Kennedy, Jason, Janae. But Kyle asked me to shout her out on the show. So that's my 5-year-old. So, hey, baby, it's for you. I'm going to let you hear it, too, because y'all probably ain't listening to the show right now. So I'll let you hear it on radio. Also, to my family, friends, uncles, aunties, cousins, nieces, nephews, grandparents, brothers and sisters. Go ahead.
Yeah, one more shout out to H.O.
I was going to get to that later. Okay. My loved ones, and I mean, you brought him up, so H.O., keep him in prayers. He's in the hospital right now. Give you more details later. He's doing well from what we hear, doing better, but he's been in the hospital for was it a week now? 4 days? Okay, 4 days. So the show was dedicated to you, bro. Keep it up, man. This is why I ain't say nothing about Duke also. So, but other than that, because of that, let people know that you love them while they're still alive. Let them know that you love them. Tell them you love them while they can hear it. Have a great weekend. Eat good. Be safe. Have a Merry Christmas. Be safe. Happy Kwanzaa. All of that. And till next week, same time next week, same show, same crazy host, same sports nonsense. Will you miss me? I'm out. Peace.
Peace.
You just got done listening to the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge. Be sure to follow us on our Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook accounts at the 3-Point Conversion. And also make sure you check out our website, the3pointconversion.com. Be sure to follow us live and listen every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. And a Happy New Year.